The airport lounge was quiet in the expensive way. Soft piano music, muted conversations, the clink of porcelain cups. People move slowly here, dressed in confidence and privilege. Marcus Reed sat near the window, reviewing notes on his tablet, the glow reflecting off his calm, focused expression. He wore a simple charcoal suit, no flashy watch, no visible signs of wealth. To most people passing by, he looked like just another businessman killing time before a flight. Across the room, a sharply dressed couple entered the lounge, laughter loud and careless. The man adjusted his designer jacket while the woman scanned the room with narrowed eyes, clearly displeased that the best seats were already taken. "There," she said, nodding toward Marcus's seat by the window. "That's the one." The man smirked. "Yeah, let's take it." They walked over without hesitation. Marcus sensed them before he heard them, pausing his scrolling as a shadow fell across the table. "Excuse me," the woman said sharply, not bothering to smile. "We're sitting here." Marcus looked up, surprised. "I'm sorry, but this seat is taken. I was here first." The man chuckled under his breath. "Listen, buddy, we've had a long day. Why don't you find somewhere else?" Marcus glanced around. The lounge was full. He looked back at them, voice steady. "There are no other open seats. I'll be leaving shortly anyway." The woman crossed her arms. "I don't think you understand. We're members here." "So am I," Marcus replied calmly. That only seemed to irritate them more. The man leaned in slightly, lowering his voice. "You don't look like the type who belongs here. Don't make this difficult." A few nearby guests shifted uncomfortably, pretending not to listen. Marcus felt the familiar tightening in his chest, the unspoken judgment he had faced his entire life. He took a slow breath. "I belong wherever I've earned my place," he said evenly. The woman scoffed. Unbelievable. Without waiting, she placed her purse on the table and deliberately slid it toward Marcus's tablet, knocking it aside. The man pulled out the chair opposite Marcus and sat down, stretching his legs as if claiming territory. Marcus stood slowly, gathering his tablet. His expression remained composed, but his eyes hardened, not with anger but resolve. "Very well," he said. "I'll give you the seat." The couple exchanged smug smiles, convinced they had won. What they didn't know, what no one in the lounge knew yet, was that Marcus Reed wasn't just another passenger, and in a matter of moments their public humiliation would be impossible to escape. Marcus walked only a few steps before stopping near the concierge desk. He didn't look back at the couple, who were already laughing softly, congratulating themselves on their small victory. Instead, he checked the time on his phone and made a single call. "Yes," he said quietly. "I've arrived early. I'll be ready." He ended the call and waited. Moments later, the lounge doors opened again. A hush rippled through the room as a group of airline executives entered, accompanied by security and the lounge manager. Their posture was formal, respectful, almost rehearsed. The manager's eyes scanned the room, then locked onto Marcus. "Mr. Reed," she said, hurrying toward him. "We apologize for the delay. The board is ready for you." Conversation stopped. Heads turned. The couple froze mid-laugh. Marcus gave a polite nod. "Thank you. I was just about to take my seat." The manager glanced toward the window table, the one the couple had claimed. Her expression tightened. She turned sharply. "Sir, ma'am." "I'm afraid there's been a misunderstanding," she said firmly. "That seat is reserved." The woman scoffed. "Reserved? We're premium members." "Yes," the manager replied coldly. "But that seat was reserved for our guest of honor." The man frowned. "Guest of honor?" An executive stepped forward, extending his hand to Marcus. "Marcus Reed, CEO of Orion Global Technologies. Thank you for choosing our airline." A collective gasp moved through the lounge. The woman's face drained of color. Marcus shook the executive's hand calmly. "Happy to be here." The manager turned back to the couple. "You'll need to vacate the seat immediately." "This is ridiculous," the man protested. "Do you know who we are?" The executive glanced at his tablet. "Actually, yes." His eyes narrowed. "Mr. Dalton," he said slowly, "your consulting firm has been under review. And Ms. Clark, your employer just lost a major contract with us." The woman's mouth opened. "You can't be serious." "I am," the executive replied. "Effective immediately." Silence crushed the room. The manager gestured toward security. "Please escort them out." As they were led away, stunned and speechless, Marcus reclaimed his seat by the window. He didn't smile. He didn't gloat. He simply sat down, reopened his tablet, and continued working, while two careers collapsed in full public view. The lounge remained silent long after the couple disappeared beyond the glass doors. No one dared speak. A few people pretended to scroll on their phones, though their eyes kept drifting back to Marcus, now seated calmly at the window table they had so confidently taken. Marcus closed his tablet and stood. "Shall we?" he asked. The executives nodded quickly and followed him into the private conference room, connected to the lounge. Inside, the atmosphere shifted from shock to urgency. "Mr. Reed," the airline's chairman began, clearing his throat, "before we start, I want to personally apologize for what you experienced." Marcus raised a hand. "No need. Situations like that reveal more about people than intentions ever could." The board exchanged uneasy glances. The meeting began, and within minutes it became clear why Marcus Reed was so highly respected. He didn't dominate the room with arrogance or threats. He spoke with clarity, logic, and precision, breaking down numbers, exposing inefficiencies, and proposing solutions that left the executives scribbling notes. "This partnership will only work," Marcus said calmly, "if respect is non-negotiable internally and externally." The chairman nodded. "Agreed." 2 hours later, the deal was signed. Outside the conference room, the lounge buzzed again, but the tone had changed. Whispers followed Marcus as he walked back through, his carry-on rolling softly behind him. "That's him." He didn't even raise his voice. "Did you see their faces?" At the boarding gate, Marcus spotted the couple again, now sitting apart, pale and shaken. The man stared at the floor. The woman wiped her eyes, makeup streaked from silent tears. Marcus walked past them without slowing. At the jet bridge, a flight attendant stopped him. "Mr. Reed, we've upgraded you to our private suite. And thank you for your patience today." He smiled faintly. "Thank you." As the plane lifted into the sky, Marcus looked out the window, the city shrinking below. Power, he knew, wasn't about humiliating others. It was about knowing who you are, so firmly that no one else could take it from you. And for everyone who had watched that day, the lesson was unforgettable.